Around here, we kind of think it's important that we have the tools that are necessary to live our lives on purpose, to live out our personal mission. And so we're in this series that we're calling Purpose-Driven Life. This is week number 5. David kicked us off the first 2 weeks where he said, you are not an accident. You were created on purpose with a purpose. You were created to be loved by God. You were created to love God. Your mission is not your employment. Your mission is not your work. It is so much bigger than that. Most of us, we kind of fall haphazardly into the life that we have, and then we hear about our personal mission and we try and stick it in wherever we think we can fit it. That's backwards. Jesus took his personal mission and that became the core of how he shaped his life. In fact, on more than one occasion, the religious people would kind of get all up in Jesus' face because they didn't like the people he was hanging out with. They didn't like the parties that he was going to, and so he would have to remind them, listen, I have shaped my experience, I've shaped my life around the mission that I am here to accomplish. And on one occasion, Dr. Luke, who was a physician and a historian, in Luke chapter 19, here's what he had to say. He tells those people, the Son of Man came to seek and save those who are lost. And so I got to be around people who are lost. And if you're not lost, you don't know that you need me. So I'm really not going to worry about you that much. Jesus knew who he was. He knew why he was here. And that is so cool to me. But what is even cooler is that Jesus gave incredible value to you and to me by passing that overwhelming mission onto each of us. In John 17, just as you sent me into the world, I'm sending them into the world. I'm giving them my mission. And not very long after that, Jesus is talking to some of the first leaders who were carrying the baton of this new movement of Christ followers. And he told them in John 20:21, as the Father has sent me, now I am sending you. And he hands off the baton of his mission. Now just let that sink in for a moment, whether you believe in him or not. Jesus was the most influential human who ever walked on planet Earth. Jesus was the most impactful person in the history of man. He came here with a singular mission, and then he added incredible value to your life and mine by taking that mission and giving it to us. Jesus handed his personal mission to us, and he valued our lives when he did that. God created you to live on mission, and the mission is helping people meet Jesus. Now listen to me. We used to use the word evangelism. We kind of got away from that word because we all got weird with evangelism over the last couple of decades. But all the word evangelism means is advocacy for a cause. That's all that it means. And because we got so weird with evangelism over the last couple of decades, we've kind of tried not to use that word sometimes. But if we want to use the word evangelism, it's nothing more than sharing your personal story of hope and progress in your journey with Jesus. That's all it is. It's not any more than that. I've come to learn that the best answer for good questions from people that are searching is the honest one. I don't know. I don't have it all wired. I don't have all the answers. And you absolutely don't have to be right. You don't have to get anyone to agree with you. The beauty of your story is that it's your story. I can't argue with you about your story. Your story belongs completely to you. You are not responsible for the decisions of other people, so you don't have to own what they do. What they do is between them and God. They're responsible for themselves. You and I are responsible to share our story of how we found Jesus and how he's changing us. Living on mission simply means telling your story. And telling your story means that you're in a context with people you know where your story is appropriate. Now get this. The way you live is the loudest story you will ever tell. You build your credibility for your verbal story by how you live, by living in a way that gives credibility to the words that you say. That means you gotta be honest, not perfect. What was your life like before you crossed the line of faith, before you came to Jesus? What happened when you came to Jesus? If you've gotten to that point yet, if your story still matters regardless of where you are in its journey. And then finally, the third aspect is, how is your life changing because of what Jesus is doing in your heart? That's the whole thing. It's not more than that. It is just that. And that is perfect, man. Just be you. God is calling you to be you. You matter. Your journey is not an accident. Don't hide your story. We need it. We need you. Your story matters. 3 simple questions. What was your life like before Christ? What happened when you came to Christ? How is he changing you now that you are in Christ? So simple, so impactful. Man, we are a storytelling church. It's one of the things we do well. Let's be a church that tells our individual stories as we go out into the community and watch what God will do.